Good evening. This is Thursday, February 11th. We have a Zoom meeting with the Parks Board. I'm sitting in for Roy Buck, who's out of town this week, so I'm Jim Miller. Can we have a roll call?
Stuart Hill.
Tina Cruz.
Jim Miller?
Mike Hagler.
Well, here we go. Roll call is completed. We need approval of the minutes. Has everyone gone through those minutes of February, what is it?
14th. January.
January 14th.
January.
Do we have,
I make a motion to approve.
do we have a second? I think Tina.
She
You-
seconded.
She
She
seconded it?
seconded.
Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And those in protest, any mention? Minutes have been passed. Could we have the Parks Director report?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, Secretary. I'll start off with the Mountain Parks update. The water system is still not on. However, we've made some progress on the delivery of the power system up there. We spoke with Rocky Mountain Power this morning, and they've got us scheduled to go up and hook the main power up. The power to the pump house up there as well is established, but we're still waiting on a chlorinator to show up. So we really won't have water, even though we may have power here in a week or two. And as far as the trail center, there again, the meter hub's been installed and the panels all there. All we need is power run to it. Rocky Mountain Power, again, is working on that as of early this morning. I have nothing new to report on the design phases of the new lodge at this time. We're still entertaining funding sources. And the Rotary Park Bridle Trail construction, we still plan on adding the stairs up there. We haven't done any more with that project, and so there's really nothing more there to report. Moving on to the Pathfinder update, 71 Construction is pretty much finished their main installation of all the gravel in the Cottonwood, Black Beach, and cabin areas. They're working still on some cleanup on the driveways and a little bit of contouring they have left to do. And I expect a final walkthrough by the end of the month, bar any more temperatures like we're having. And the full bath hookup at the bathhouse, we haven't done any more there. We're still waiting for spring to come so they can finish that up. The Bureau has brought the lake back up to its winter elevation, and it's iced over. The disturbance that we had out there of the federal land in the cabin area has been resolved. I sent a letter out to the individual, and I was contacted yesterday. They will come back and reclaim the area, move the dirt back, and reseed it. The Pathfinder Master Plan project, this is new. It's not a new project, but it's new to you guys. We're in the process of preparing an RFP based off the master plan. We talked a little bit about this earlier. It'll be up at Pathfinder, and we'll do the engineering, and then whoever the successful engineer is on the RFP will do the design work and then bid it out the following year. It should be underway in 2022. And another item, Civic Rec online reservation system. Parks and IT have been working on this project for some time now. It's going to be an online reservation system that the campers and shelter people who want to rent shelters can go online with specific areas, and they are going to be Black Beach, Oakey Beach, and all of Casper Mountain camping will be reservable online. And we'll have more on that here in the future with a public announcement and training for the public as to how to access that site and get registered. We're still in some testing phases with that program right now, but we plan to go to a soft live in April. And see if I got anything else to add there. Campers will still only be able to stay the 10 days just like it is now. None of that will change the rules as far as governing that. And,
Will that be online only?
well, no, you can actually do it, well, it's online, but you can actually do it on your phone as well, or you can come into the office and we can register people there too.
Okay, so everybody's going to have to pre-register their camping spots.
Right, and once they're in the system, you're in. I mean, it won't be that difficult the next time, but not that it's going to be difficult, it's just going to be a learning curve
Yeah.
to get registered.
So you just can't go up there and take a site and sign in?
Well, no, you can't do that. If it's going to be reservation only, so you won't be able to pick up a camping book and pay your fee and then park. You can sit on your phone if you have service and make the reservation, but that's probably more difficult than if you just do it at home and get pre-registered with us.
So it'll be a campaign, basically an education campaign to,
Yeah, we'll have some public service announcements, and we're going to have a little, like a training video type thing that people can watch, step by step. So hopefully it goes smooth. Eileen's hoping it does.
yeah, it'll
It's a
definitely be a
lot.
learning curve, so.
Oh, yeah. But I think it's going to be so neat. I see where Yellowstone, I think, is doing it, and one of the other state parks, I think, just moved to it this year. I've heard their campaigns, and everybody's going that route. I mean, they don't want to handle money anymore, so this takes that out of the loop. But we're still going to have non-reserve sites as well, you know, Cottonwood, West Side, and Fremont Canyon, and, you know, a number of areas. Other than the mountain, that'll all be reserved.
Okay, thank you, sir.
And let's see, the new Parks Assistant, Mr. Bob Adams, he's going to be here on March 8th, and he's coming up here from the Fort Collins, Greeley, Colorado area. He has about 28 years of experience in parks and recreation. I'm looking forward to that. And I had one other item that isn't on your agenda, but I'll speak about it, is this, we received a memo from the Secretary of Interior. I should say the Bureau of Reclamation received this. They sent this to me today, but it's a temporary suspension of delegated authority. And in a nutshell, what it does is stops all of our permitting for work on boat docks, decks, anything that has to do with disturbance of ground at the federal sites at the lake. And this is going to be on for 60 days. I think it goes till, I think what it says in here, March. And then they're going to reevaluate it. So I don't know how long that's going to really be in effect. But right now, we can take applications, we just can't process them. The Bureau's going to look at them, but they can't authorize them.
So the dirt work we have going on out there now, will that be affected? Do they have
Anything
to stop?
predates this is still underway.
Okay,
So, I mean, I can finish everything that's going, but
Okay.
we can't start anything new. And that's gonna hamper some people that are still trying to work before the water gets up, that haven't gotten their permits in, and
Yep.
haven't gotten them approved, you know, or ran into some issue. And that's all I have to report.
Any comments?
I have some questions if I could, Mr. Secretary.
Please.
For Mike here. Are you going to be using for the Pathfinder master plan, we're going to be using the same designs for the shelters and such, are we not?
Yeah, I think we'll keep the footprint of all those, you know, so we don't have to start over and everything looks the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it'll be similar to what's around the full hookups in Okie Beach.
Beautiful, thank you. That's the only comments I had on this report. Thank you.
I've got one other thing to add. On Black Beach, I still don't have that fishing pier tore down yet. The gentleman was gonna go out there and do that because of the temperatures. Hasn't gone out there with the track hoe.
I guess I didn't know about it. What do you?
Oh,
what's
the
going on?
fishing pier that caved in
Oh,
on Black Beach, that it was kind of like a handicap fishing pier.
Kind of on
And
the
it
side by
is-
itself there.
It's a mess. And
Ah.
It's got to come down. So I've got that in the works, but we haven't got it done yet.
Looking at putting it back up?
Not there. Yeah, it's too unstable. It probably should have never went there. It's all on silt.
Okay, yeah, I know that side of the beach there.
So I think when the water comes back, if it worked down, it's going to be in the lake. Because that's going to slough.
Oh, yeah.
We have it all roped off right now, so you can't go out there. You shouldn't go out there. There's signs and everything, so.
Okay. Thanks, sir.
Okay.
Any other comments, Sarah? Tina, do you have any? Okay. Thank you, Mike. Do we have any public comments?
There you go.
Hi, my name is Douglas Irvin. I live at 6835 South Rotary Park Road. Thanks for everybody coming out in this nice weather. I've got one or two questions I'd like the board to consider. One, considering how we're all going to be in this pandemic mode for a little bit and the dispersed nature of our county, I'd like the board to consider working with IT to open up the Zoom meeting to the public so that we could get more input. I believe it would be technically feasible, but I'll leave that up to the IT folks. But allowing people to remotely connect and participate in the public discourse, I think you get a lot more public participation. There's lots of people on the mountain, and I'm assuming elsewhere, that aren't able to make it into town. So even considering things getting back to normal, it'd be a valuable tool for the board to solicit more public feedback. And the other question I have is with the trail center design process, seeing how the commission is looking for ways to either decrease the price tag or obtain funding. Was there any RFP put together to solicit other design firms to find out if there's other price point options that might be more palatable to the commission and the county? And those are the only two comments or questions I have tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Doug. I think the commissioners have that choice of sending it out to other people. Am I correct on that?
Well, just for information, there was not an RFP, and State Line was employed to look at the design. It's not necessarily to the point where it would go out to bid until we know what it's going to end up being to start with. So we're kind of in a flux period right now to come up with something that everybody agrees on, and then it would obviously be a package that went out to bid. But obviously, we're in a process to try to rapidly come up with some building design, and everything else that happened up there just snowballed, and you couldn't get the thing built if you wanted to. So winter hit, and so it's slowed down now, and really they're looking now at a 2-year window. So
Yeah, I knew that it expanded the timeline, and I didn't know if that offered us some opportunities to, if the design itself was contributing to the high price tag, or if there was other more affordable options that other designs might allay. That's definitely been a lot of comments I've been seeing around.
Well, the design was driven by the charrettes that we had and the people that attended those and picked options. And so that first run out of it was put together based on all that, which was expensive. And I think everybody expected to come away from that with something less, but that's kind of where we are right now.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you.
Thank you, Doug.
Thanks.
Great comments on that. I think that's, that's what I have heard in the past, too, that if we could Zoom, make this public, so, thank you. Do we have any other comments coming in from notes or anything, or letters or requests?
Haven't had anything else.
Okay. Do we have any board comments? Tina? She's not speaking.
She said no.
I see. Yeah, okay.
I'm afraid to talk too long.
Oh, I see why you're not speaking. Stuart, do you have any?
Actually, questions from Mike here. Are there any other updates going on at the lake cabin-wise, marina and all that? Where are we at? Where's the marina at on their big updates? Do you know?
I mean, as far as their master plan?
Yeah.
They've submitted and it's approved.
Okay.
Now it's based on what he can do with his funding as to where he goes futuristically with these designs. But yeah, he has his master plan completed, the ski club has theirs done, Pathfinder has theirs done, the boat club does not. And the PUDs, Alcova Marina has a PUD done, Pathfinder's working on theirs, and I think Ski Club has theirs finished, so. Boat Club does not.
Okay, that's pretty much what I had. I have had a lot of people come up to me asking about the Trail Center, just as Doug had brought up. And yeah, it'd be nice to get some more information. Commissioner Kaufman's not in with us today, so we can talk to her later and see if she has anything else also. And hopefully we'll get some heat up there one of these days.
Oh, man.
All right, that's all I have.
Thank you, Stuart. I have one, I think just a statement or just to go on record. With what we got going on the mountain right now, is this a good time that we should look at the amount of people we have up there, looking at this summer having a host family? We've talked about this in the past. You know, a host family as a campground host, free, not a paid position. Like I said, we've talked about this in the past, and it's just kind of, we've hee-hawed about it a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know as I've ever, since I've been here, had anybody that showed an interest in that.
Well, and that's, I think we'd have to go out for it.
Yeah.
And
Well, with going to full reservations up there, you're definitely gonna have our people working to make sure everybody's out of these spots when somebody else is gonna be coming in. So, I mean, it's gotta be somebody dependable. I don't know if a volunteer process would work very well for that, but, you know, we used to have some people that did trail pass checking and some of that. That was before I came, that was pre-2003. But I don't know if anybody that's ever shown any interest in hosting the campground. You know, I mean, they clean fire pits, they pick up garbage, there's a number of things they do, but
right.
clean toilets.
I was just thinking with the activity we're gonna have, I think this summer with camping and with this COVID stuff still going on, I think it's gonna be busy, busy, busy. We might look at it down the road or think about it.
Well, if you got somebody in mind, or tell them come see us.
Stuart and his wife, I think, said they would like to do it.
I know better
Yeah, we'll
than
put our
that.
tent up there, yeah.
We'll sign you up.
And that's the only comment I had.
I guess we could put something out on the website maybe, or asking if anybody's interested in such a thing, but I think we'd have to have pretty good rules, guidelines of what they
Right.
can and can't do.
I presented this to our last director,
Tim.
two directors ago. And he was looking into it and looking into the rules and regs, what they would be able to do and not do and whatnot. He never put it out. So it just kind of fell on his lap. So just never got checked into. I know I sent them a bunch of information on different areas. Montana, Utah, Colorado, and Wyoming had, it's already written rules. So, I'm sure it's in the file, Mike.
Yeah, okay.
What file?
I'm sure I'll find it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I sure see those folks at the campgrounds we visit, so, I mean, it's used all across the country.
Yeah, we don't have to rewrite something. I think it's there, if we just want to do it. So,
I'll look into it.
that's the only comment I had. I guess with no further comments or movement,
I'll move to adjourn.
Tina,
Yep, second.
it's been seconded, so I guess we can adjourn this meeting.